everybody, this is Tandy Gutierrez, and this is our next episode of our Chat on the Mat series. So this year I've been bringing Mat&Kitchen subscribers, members, onto the actual literal mat in my house, in the studio, to talk to them and to share their stories with why it works for them, who they are, because it matters. Like, Mat&Kitchen is a virtual studio. We just don't have a brick and mortar space. And so if you were to walk into a studio, into a gym, you'd start to know the people who are working out with you, right? It's a little more challenging because you all are working out online with me in your own spaces, but you're very connected online. I'm very connected via social media. So I wanted to, again, share deeper stories because the stories and the people are what's really interesting to me about all of this. So I give a little bit of background on myself today, and then I'm going to introduce my friend Amira. Okay, so I'm turning 38 in just a couple of days. And I have been practicing Pilates for the last 20 years of that and teaching in the fitness industry, multiple formats, but for the last 15 years. Today we're going to talk a little bit extra about some personal pieces that Amira and I really connect on. So I have 3 autoimmune diseases, issues. I have IBS, I have celiac, and I had a thyroidectomy 4 years ago that was, quite the process, and had nodules on my thyroid for years before we got to that stage. Why does that matter? Not everybody on the mat who works out with me has an autoimmune disorder, but we have found that, again, because I am who I am and the workouts come from me, that they tend to be incredible for bodies with autoimmune issues. And we're going to talk about why and why that's different than a different body, because it is actually very different. So that's a little bit about me and how that ties into today's topic. And Amira has become a very good friend.
Thank you.
To me at this point. And so I'm really privileged and grateful that you're here and bringing your time and yourself to the mat. Would you share who you are and your background?
Well, hi everybody, and thank you for having me, Tandy. This is my honor, really, because I have been fan of yours for years, and you didn't even know that. I have your DVD at home, and that's how I really kind of like, I'll be always wanting to be on the lookout on you and to sit here near you. It's like, oh my God, it's my dream come true. And I have to sit in the posture because the teacher is right here.
That's right.
So my name is Amira, and I am gonna be 50 years old in August this year. I know, right? So, and I have come to this country as a refugee from Bosnia. I have been in the Civil War for 5 years, and I came when I was 30 here. I was born in America when I was 30. And of course, throughout all of this experience, I have had, you name it, and I got, of course, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, IBS. I don't have celiac, but I have sensitivity to any food, you name it, I got it. I have fibromyalgia, which really was like debilitating. I couldn't really move. And God, what else do I have? I have allergies. So
and very extreme ones too.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
I get like, I got asthma. I never had that when I came here. The whole change of the body. I think my body just shut down and was introduced to this new system to breathe. So I have had lots of experiences in that.
A lot of
this
trauma,
yes,
internal, emotional, and external on your body.
Oh yeah, it still affects me.
Takes its toll.
It still affects me. Like when I have allergies, it's hard to work out. That's why I am like the proponent and the biggest fan of Mat&Kitchen, because I can work out, like I can live, I can feel better, without just lying in bed and feeling horrible from the minute to minute.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those that we're sharing a lot of our health issues, and health issues can come from stress, just from stress, right? That's why everybody's trying to de-stress so that it doesn't develop and cultivate icky, nasty things in your body that then kind of change the shape of your life. So when it comes to autoimmune disorders, I wasn't very educated on it initially. So I've been doing Pilates for 20 years, just knew that it was great on the body, was in the fitness industry, and saw that Pilates is what people needed the most. And it was kind, and it really got them results faster because they were starting to really become aware of their alignment and their body. But I used to go work out And I was in the fitness industry and super fit, and like it would blow out my system.
Yeah.
You do a workout,
Oh my God.
and then people would go, well, what's wrong with you? And I'd be like, I don't know, it just takes me a really long time to recover. This is before I knew any better.
See, that's how like people, have a sprain and they're like good in 3 weeks. Mine takes 8.
Yeah. So anybody who's got autoimmune issues or disorders, so fibromyalgia, celiac,
Right.
colitis and chronic, IBS things, they're things that just slow your system down. Your autoimmune system's already on fire, literally. It's inflamed.
And when your stomach doesn't function, you do not function.
Absolutely.
It's the entire body.
Yeah. So when you do workouts that are too much for your body, it can blow your system out. Your adrenals are involved, and then it takes longer to recover. So that's the baseline of it. But I know that a lot of people with autoimmune issues, and I'm one of them, stay away from workouts because you're scared.
Well, and fibromyalgia, as you know, it hurts. Like you already hurt in every single point. So, just for you to imagine to put your hands down, it's like, but I mean, seriously, that's why I am taping this, because I don't really like any videos or any tape, but I mean, I am the proof how this works.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, I'm not,
No,
you didn't ask me to say that.
No,
I am, this is the thing that I can do, and I don't sit and cry after a workout. Like, no, and thank you.
Yeah. Well, again today, like I did ask Amira to be here because she had shared things with me, and we have become friends. But autoimmune systems, they're just more sensitive, and you have to be careful with them. And you are either, in pain, and so you're like, so I'm going to go do something else that seems more painful.
Right.
Or you feel awesome, and you're in like this great like remission stage.
And you're starting to look good, like at your age. You're like, oh my God, I can have arms.
Right? Everything's going to be sleeveless. That's the M&K wear. But when you start to feel good as an autoimmune system, then sometimes you really shy away from working out because you don't want to blow out your system and then be sick for 3 to 8 weeks, which is what can happen because recovery time is just harder. So, so we know that, autoimmune systems are difficult. I started teaching 30 minutes at a time, and as I did more research, I started to figure out, why does that work? Because your stress hormones do not fire until past the 30-minute mark. So for bodies who are sensitive, who are trying to de-stress so they don't inflame and fire, are certain symptomatic stuff like lupus, like, fibromyalgia is a big one. If you can work out for 30 minutes and then not go past that point, you never trigger it. So you're not getting the bad stuff, you're only getting the good stuff. So I'm hearing a lot, which is amazing because it's something I never anticipated, that so many people with autoimmune issues are coming to the mat going, I've never been able to work out before.
Yes.
And I'm actually seeing progress, getting healthier, having longer stretches between relapses.
And you know why I am so grateful to you is that you're trying so bad to like tell people, I know this is working.
Right.
Why wouldn't you try? No, seriously, I tell my husband, even though I'm talking to you while we're doing workouts, I was like, let it go, I can't handle it anymore. But no, seriously, joke aside, it's like, I am so grateful that you're like trying to reach and tell people, try it, just try it. Don't believe me.
Yeah.
Believe yourself, because your body is your whispering person later.
Totally.
It's not Tandy or Amira or, anybody who tells you stuff. Try it.
Well, and people who are ill and sick and sensitive and at a deficit, we're doing everything we can to be well, and you will do anything not to be ill because it's the chronic fatigue that really comes up for most of us, and the tired where you just can't function. And typically we're people who really love life, and when you can't function, it's
not fun. It's hard. It's hard.
It's beyond hard.
I tell people I've been in a hole so many times. I can climb it in my sleep, because it's just like this.
And that's what it feels like, and trying to explain it and what that feels like. And so then when you've got autoimmune issues and you're tired and you're in this like relapse, the last thing you want to think about is working out. You're like, I'm just trying to get out of bed. So how did you come to the mat, and how did you find M&K?
Well, what was really cool about you guys living where you live in Austin is that I live here. I came here as a refugee. As I said, I was planted here, so this is where I was born at 30. But I have had a DVD where I love the way you squeeze your body and you use your body. Oh yeah, I have osteoporosis too. So, using your body weight is really what builds your bones. So that the M&K is like perfect for that. So I know the lady that your husband and her husband worked in the business together, Meg, and I am her Facebook friend, and I already have your DVD. And then I saw that, like, she's saying, oh, Tandy, you're moving, da 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 da. And I was like, Tandy Gutierrez? I'm like, oh my God, I know Meg. Like, we're good friends because we work in the same field. And, she's in the refugee world, and she's with, God, I forgot the name of the organization. She's going to kill me. MRC. There you go.
Yeah. See?
And yeah. No, but that's how I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna do wherever you go, I go, So that's how I look into the Mat&Kitchen.
Yeah, it's always like a friend of a friend, and the world gets smaller every single day, which I'm always blown away.
Word of the mouth by the refugee, kind of like a refugee world, we know by the word of the mouth.
Well, Pilates, and it all just gets very, smaller year by year, because the longer you're around, the more people you get to know. And so I did these workouts for Exercise TV, like back in the day, that has continually brought us people, but it's always this like hunt and peck method of like Facebook and then Googling, and then, oh, somebody mentioned it and I love her workout, and there you go.
But because it's a mom and pop business, it's really the trust, I think, that you build. And then you know that your work is professional and perfect. But like that word of the mouth is really just the perfect way to say, hey, this is the real deal.
And it's
I
different.
am doing it,
And it is really different. And so we talk about how is Mat&Kitchen different, why is it different? And trust. I mean, trust with autoimmune systems is huge.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't train with people, and I wouldn't take classes once I finally figured out what was going on with me and why I was blowing out my system. I quit lifting on the gym floor for 4 years. That's where I started as a fitness career, was as a personal trainer, because I just realized it was hurting more than it was helping. And so you start to really back away from things.
Yeah.
And then it's very hard to trust to get you back into physical activity, because it's a landmine. And it really you can be trying to do the very best for your system, and it says, nope, that is not okay. So why do the M&K workouts, I talked about how the 30-minute marker is a big deal, but why do the workouts work for your system?
Well, I can definitely glue into what you just said. So we can have a membership in the gym and we can go and lift it. You're a professional.
Yeah.
And you know that you were doing it right. Well, I always thought I was doing it wrong. I never thought that it's my body who's not taking it right. I always did not know, like, I thought my action and how I do it. And that's why I love M&K, because you're like cueing you. Like, I really don't want to hear it.
I know. Nobody wants to hear the particulars.
No, but and then my husband kind of cheats and gets together on the map, and he goes, "You are gonna tell the Tandy." I'm like, "Yes, I'm gonna tell Tandy to like cut down a little bit. You can't hold it that long." No, I'm just kidding. But that I really get the professional way of doing and seeing my body reacting to this practice, and it's so unbelievable. You're like 30 minutes, it's not gonna change me. Oh my God. Like, we're not showing gaps, but I mean, I am 49-year-old woman, almost 50, and it's hard to like get rid of these pooches and stuff like that. But this thing, when I am really like sucking it up and pushing it under my God knows rib where it needs to go. No, but I mean, what I love about these workouts is it's how you push yourself. It's your responsibility.
Yeah.
It's like, my body is gonna look great if I push it. So it's not like Tandy is telling me like we're joking, It's like, you gotta squeeze it, you gotta work on it. So it's like, I love that part because I'm very responsible, and I'm like, I'm like the A personality. And I like that I have someone who like tells me how I should do it, and then I do my part.
Yep.
So that's why I love it, and it's like short and it doesn't hurt my body, and I feel great.
So there you go. So it's short, so you don't get bored, number one. I mean, brains get bored with things.
That's why every time that we have every 3 days new workout, I love that.
Right?
Thank you. I love it.
So so Amira actually asked me to talk about this, like why we launched it, why we did this, because I worked in a very elite industry with celebrity clients and in a celebrity area, and if they weren't celebrities themselves, it was their attorneys and their agents, and in LA and all the fancy schmancy, right? And so I was teaching people, and it was costing them, $90 to $200 an hour to train with me. And as a teacher, and I tell this story a lot, you know, I couldn't afford, I was living in LA, and it's an expensive place. I couldn't afford to go take lessons with anybody.
I couldn't afford anything.
I loved.
Exactly.
And so it was kind of one of those, like, you've got to be kidding me, like, I'm a teacher. But I didn't trust a lot of people to train me either.
Exactly.
And so I have very high standards of things, and, you know, I'm not going to go do it.
It's your business, I mean, you know.
Yes. And so we got to a stage in things where I'd had babies, and I had, you know, come out of the industry to be home with the babies by choice, and I wanted to be there for them. And coming to a place where my husband and I, he's my business partner and co-founder of Mat&kitchen, we're like, what do you want to do next? And I was like, are we going to produce a DVD? Maybe. It's very expensive, number one. Number two, it doesn't work. As a trainer, I was like, that's baloney. I can't do that again, because if people are repeating the same workout over and over and over, they know what's coming. They skip
boring.
the parts that they don't like. I know you guys skip it.
Of course we do. It's hard. I'm like,
not doing it, right?
You can do it, girl. It looks like so easy.
Right?
Yeah, stand by me and see. I'm like, how
No.
I'm puffing and huffing. No.
Right? And so then you repeat it, and it gets stale, and you know exactly how much energy you post, what's coming next. There's no variation, there's no surprise, there's no change in the body, there's no variation.
You're right.
And so we went over and over and over and over and over again, and my husband said, you need to do a subscription-based thing. And he goes, because you're a content machine. And everybody went, can you produce workouts that often? I was like, what are you talking about? I've taught group classes
Right.
for the last, 10, 15, 12 years at this point. And they're different every day, different clients and different variations. So we came up with Mat&kitchen because it is like personal training. There are all kinds of other things online that say you're getting a personal trainer, and they're still stock workouts. Right. When you come to the mat, you are getting new workouts every 3 days that I microcycle on the back end. So it's as if you're walking into a mixed level class with me. You really can come to the mat at any level.
Right.
And especially autoimmune bodies, I'm inherently taking care of you because I am one. So if you're listening to the cueing and you're taking self-responsibility, which is a huge point.
Well,
it's huge. I can't do the workout for you, but I can cue you like a master and an elite trainer.
And she's tough.
You can take it to what level your body can handle it. And so we decided to do this because I went, this is actually real training. It's affordable. It's $32 a month. You're not paying $90 to $200 an hour. That's per session.
I'm so grateful to you. We should be having more people like you. It's not all about just sweeping the money and just people will pay it. You are worth it. And if people want to read about it, just not trusting what we're saying, it's like read about me. But it's like. What I really love and what I personally am grateful is that you are like not lacking one thing, and we're getting what we should be getting from everybody who has business. Affordable, affordable but perfect and high level. It's like, why do you think something that is affordable, it's not professional and high level? It's ridiculous. They need to try it to see how.
Well, it's the confusion between things. That some people think it's expensive at $32
I don't understand that.
a month. Well, because they're used to getting fitness for free online. Or there's a lot. Well, they're used to getting fitness for free or really inexpensively because they.
But then we chat with you like you live with me like 24/7. I mean, seriously.
I know. I really am a personal trainer.
That's not $32.
Yeah.
I always say like, man, that would not be cheap. Like,
well, you did the breakdown.
But you know what I mean? It's like. Seriously, like you're always there, like you can always ask questions, you can always like say, hey Tandy, I heard here, and it's like you gotta take time off of your busy life.
I think this is huge too, that we're all on social media, right? And so I get to help this way, and I get to
there are people who have to.
Okay, but I have to be, but I like it because I do want to help, and I do want to connect, and I do want to connect and help as many people as possible. And autoimmune systems are fishy. Like I was in the industry for 15 years and nobody could really pinpoint that I probably shouldn't be doing things past the 30-minute mark, or that it would help.
Right.
Or like maybe you shouldn't be doing so much. And I was around very educated, very intelligent trainers and instructors and people, and nobody was calling any of these things out to me. So I really, truly do want to be the person that I'm needed in the world. And so it's a perfect point.
I am so grateful. I am.
But it's such a perfect point to say that you can ask me questions and you can post them on the fan page and you can send them to me on Facebook, because autoimmune bodies are quirky. And
I feel guilty. I mean, seriously, because but you know what I mean. It's like, where do you get that?
yeah.
It's like you have been nice and we connected and you know we've seen each other like a couple of more times. But it's like still, friendship is on one side, business is on another. I always feel guilty. Like I'm like, oh my god, this woman has a business. Like I'm gonna say, oh, my knee hurt during the workout.
Well,
it's like,
that's what I
suck it in.
No, but
That's how I think. I mean,
you know, I teach self-care, which is the other funny part. And again, systems we're just highlighting autoimmune systems today, but this is really for anybody, have not been taught how basic things can help care for them and keep them mobile and pain-free, or, you know, pain-free for longer periods of time. I mean, this is really where the better is better comes from, and I talk about it a lot, that we're not aiming for perfection most of the time. We're just aiming to feel better.
right.
Everybody.
Exactly.
Autoimmune or not.
Exactly.
And I think that sensitive systems are, I'll be honest, I know that they're grateful to have somebody that understands.
Oh my god.
And then I've been in those places of really not healthy, of that my gut needed major healing. I was really underweight and was struggling. And I can definitely say...
I mean, I get that every day.
Yeah.
Every day when stress hits me, I'm like almost incapable to doing stuff. So this, you know, gets me back into life, because you have to function. You gotta work, you gotta breathe, you gotta, you know, you can't just lie down and die just because you have something.
No,
it's
but
like,
you feel, that's how you feel like doing it.
Oh, trust me.
And so
Daily.
I know what it's like, honestly, to be really sick and scared and worried about organ failure, and you know, if I was going to keep losing so much more weight that it was really not going to be okay.
I know, right?
And now fast forward to feeling very bolstered, very strong, very secure, but not overly confident. Like, I'm not going to go do things past a certain amount of time to blow it out of the water because it took me so long to get here.
It's unbelievable how strong you are. Like when you're holding those things and when you're like doing push-ups, like it is so hard. People, when you're looking at you, are like, oh, I'll do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and this is what people think of Pilates in general. Like, it looks like stretchy. Like, nothing's
try it.
Yeah, exactly. So, in all of that, what is the one thing or the biggest thing, you know, that M&K has changed for you in your fitness, your wellness, your life? Like, is there one thing that you'd be like, oh, this is totally different than the way I came into it?
Oh my God. I mean, just like one thing. I can never say one thing when I'm speaking anyway. That's why we like each other.
I know.
Like chat. Yeah. Yeah, Robbie says she sounds exactly like you.
Yeah.
It's like my husband. But anyway, I feel better. I look better. I mean, I never really believed that I could really like start looking into my arms. I mean, and I got like asked questions like people are, do you do like lifts and push-ups? And I was like, no, just Pilates. And I am more like, we do lots of stretching, so I'm much more flexible. I have scoliosis. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I got a list like today.
I know, we should have done like the full checklist.
Say somebody needs to help this lady gets in the car. No, but it's like I don't get stuck. I don't go to physical therapy. My health has been improved. I am getting physically strong. I am like better here because you know your body is functioning better. So it's like, oh my God, I can send you a list. I can't think of anything like right now, but it's like everything changed. Everything changed. I would never stop ever like Pilates with you, and not with everyone, and not just because I'm sitting near you. I mean, people who know me, they know that I tell the truth. I don't just sit and.
She's a truth teller.
It's cultural.
That's why I love
Yeah,
you.
we're very good. People say, oh, Bosnians, they will tell you what they think. Yeah, we will. Sorry.
No, sorry. More people should.
And again, to receive a professional, highly, professional, I can't even find the words in English. Like, the quality of work that I get for that amount of money, I am always going to be praising you to the stars. Because, no, seriously, yeah. I am grateful. This is not about you. This is like me saying how grateful I am. That's why I'm sitting here, and that's why I want the world to know, even though I am so liking cameras. So I hope I answered. I'll probably be driving home and thinking, oh my God, I didn't say that.
No, but that's a lot. It's a lot to say. And so, again, like, we're doing these chat on the mat series because, one, I really am invested in who's on the mat with me.
Of course.
And I would meet and talk to everybody if I possibly could, right? And you'd be surprised how many I actually do talk to and connect with. And that there is this, connection and community that sounds like, of course there is. Everybody's got a group on Facebook. Everybody's got,
and we're
a
very
page.
supportive of each other.
Yeah.
Like when you fell off the wagon, like daily, like we don't just say, oh, well, look at my abs and you didn't do it. No, people understand each other. People support each other. And then you support all of us, so it's amazing. And the recipes, oh my God. Like I love it. I don't have to think what to cook. I was like, I'm just gonna check what Tandy had.
Right?
So I'll just do my little jazz and then it looks amazing. Yeah.
Well, it's so much more than a workout, and it's more than a healthy recipe. It really is
a lifestyle,
community and a lifestyle, and it's real people. And again, we could put all the autoimmune stuff aside, which most of the time we do, but I wanted to highlight it today because Amira does have the laundry list. I've got a list. Mine's not as long.
She's like, I'm not as bad.
I'm not. We've got some,
we got issues,
right? But there are bodies that carry that, and I do think that it's not being talked about. I think everybody wants to send us to yoga, which, as you all probably know now,
we get stretching.
We get a ton of yoga.
I love stretching.
But it's not taking care of an autoimmune system inherently, and
inside out, yeah.
It is. It's all of it. It's all of the pieces. So I wanted to share it, and I just wanted to share it, Amira, because you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. So are you. So are you.
And so we have a love fest on the mat. That's what we do. But thank you for joining us for this session and this episode. And if you have any questions about the autoimmune issues or one that you have, or still a little hesitant, and like Amira said, like really needing to be okay with trusting, because you have to trust me.
I've been with you for like 2 years, and I'm foreigner. I mean, if I trust, my God,
right?
People don't have choice. Then trust. It's like, excuse me.
Yep.
Do the research.
Right? I'm not some random. I know I seem random and new, but there is a history and there is a career there. And now it just gets to be opened up to a broader audience, because not everybody, we're in Austin now, but when I was teaching, a few years ago before this, not everybody can be in LA, not everybody can pay $90 to $200 a session. And so I think it is really important, and it's lovely to hear the reflection, to hear that people get, they're starting to understand the quality of the training for the price point that it is, that it doesn't occur. I wish it occurred more. It would have helped me down the road, but it's here now, and it's an option, and it might be a home for you, and it might be a new beginning for you, and it might be an education, and it might be the small piece for your autoimmune system that really helps you get an upswing and some stability and some distance in between the relapses.
Right.
So that would be awesome, right? To give everybody a little bit more fitness and help, because that just reflects in your day-to-day life experience.
Right.
So, Amira, thank you for
getting
on the mat with me.
Thank you for having me here. It's my honor.
Thanks. And thank you all for joining us, and just be on the lookout for the next episode.